having a plan is half the battle won. As you're coming to the end of this year, you may be thinking about how to write a business plan for a knowledge business. And in this particular video, I'm going to go deep into it. I'm going to actually share with you a very, very powerful mind map that I actually put together, which I'm going to walk through, where I'm going to share with you 3 concepts, 6 concerns and challenges that you have to overcome. I'm going to give you a 6-step system on how to do a business planning exercise for your knowledge business, whether you're into coaching, training, or any other knowledge business. I'm going to share with you 5 key pointers and 3 resources if you stay till the end of this video. Because as you're actually getting into the beginning of this year, or you may even be watching this, later on in the middle of each year. But if you start right now, and if you're able to create a good plan and just spend the next 1 to 2 hours on planning, trust me, that is half the battle won, and that's going to help you achieve much more results than you can ever imagine ever. Okay, so let's get in and let's understand on how you can create an awesome business plan for the next year in a knowledge business.
Give it up for Siddharth Rajshekar!
Hey there, Siddharth Rajshekar here. Thank you so much for tuning into this video, and so happy to have you here. I would like you to just hit the like button and subscribe to my YouTube channel and Facebook if you have not yet done so. And let me get straight into this and tell you on what exactly I'm going to cover. So I have actually put together a mind map where I'm going to be covering 3 concepts, 8 challenges, a 6-step system, 5 pointers, and I'm going to give you 3 resources as we come to the end. And when you come to the end of this particular mind map, I'm also going to give you access to this particular document, which you're going to see here on the screen. Let me show it to you. It's a pretty awesome document. This one is my 1-page business plan template, which I actually used to actually plan out my first year of launch in my business. And I'm going to give you this particular template if you actually stay till the end. Okay, I'm back here. Okay, so let's get into it. I want to first give you some pointers. See, this particular business plan process is very, very powerful. Because I'm going to get you to think about what is to come. I'm going to get you to think about your income projections, your expenses projections, your profit projections. And also I want you to understand on how you can start to implement some of these ideas right from the word go. And I'll also tell you the dependencies. Okay, so let's get into the first part of the mind map, which are the concepts. And let's understand what are the 3 important concepts when it comes to planning a business. Now, the first concept is you have to win before you even win. Now, what do I mean by that is you cannot look at this game as, okay, let us go with the flow kind of a thing. Okay. Every month, every quarter, I sit down, I work out my numbers. I look at the previous data and look at how can I scale it the next phase. So if I'm actually achieving some particular numbers, I look at how I can double it or triple it. And I look at what are the dependencies, what are the factors that are actually stopping me, and whether it's possible, whether it's scalable. So based on past data, I'm able to make decisions for future. And if you're starting off brand new right now, you can actually put together some numbers in and let those numbers start to talk to you. Okay, so you got to start winning before you even win the game. And the winning happens in your mind. Okay. The second thing is I want you to visualize your numbers on a daily basis. Like I have a goal card and I look at the goal card on a daily basis. And the more and more I'm looking at that number, the more and more I'm writing my goal, I'm able to actually see that manifest into my life. And whether you believe in this or not, visualization has a power. Even some of the biggest athletes and sports stars, like even big basketballers, they used to visualize throwing the basketball into the hoops multiple times in their mind, and that would happen so much more easier in the physical world. So when you're able to work on your internal game, your external game will start to get so much more stronger. So work on a strong internal game by visualizing your goal and writing them on a daily basis. And even if you're not hitting those numbers, that's perfectly fine. It is definitely much better than not visualizing the goals. Okay. Now, the third point here is you got to connect your numbers to emotions. So what do I mean by this? See, when you're actually setting a number goal, let's say you want to make 1 lakh per month, you want to make 3 lakhs per month, or you want to make 5 lakhs per month, just having a number, it is still very logical. And you know what, as human beings, we actually make progress only when we're able to connect a number to an emotion. So money is nothing. It's just a bunch of numbers, right? But when you're able to connect those numbers to emotions, maybe you want to make 3 lakhs per month so that you can take your family out on a vacation. Maybe you want to, make that 5 lakhs per month so that you can buy and upgrade your car, or you want to move to a new place or something. There has to be an emotion connected with it. And we're able to connect that emotion to an emotional date, like a birthday of your spouse, or your birthday of your father or your mother, or where you want to actually give that experience to them on that day. When you're able to connect an emotional goal to an emotional date, which is something which is special, then the numbers become so much more, I would say it'll start to draw you towards that. Okay. So whatever projections that you do, all the left brain activity that happens when you do the logical stuff, the right brain and the heart stuff actually starts to move forward, and your creative thinking will start to happen so that you can go and achieve that particular number in a much faster way. And I'll tell you, I'm a living, breathing proof of how I've been able to scale up month to month to month to month for the last 25 plus months on how I scaled up my business, applying the same principle here. I have not done anything different. I've just focused on the goal, look into my numbers on a monthly basis, and I keep making the plans for the next. If I've hit one milestone, move to the next and the next and the next. That's what life is all about. You got to keep moving from one peak to the next. Okay. So these are the three concepts. You got to win before you win. You got to visualize your number, and you need to connect your numbers to emotions for those goals to actually come true. Okay. Now there are going to be 8 challenges that you will face. Are you ready for challenges? Yeah. Because even though you may do all the planning possible, that's what business plan is all about, right? There will be contingencies. There will be situations where you cannot foresee what is coming up. And just to get you more ready for this, I want you to just understand that, just keep this at the background of your mind so that you will be prepared if a situation like that comes. Okay. So let's look into this. This is not to be negative or anything, but just generally just to be very honest and transparent on what is possible. So number one is your productivity challenges. Like, yes, you are planning things, but then what will end up happening is you may probably watch too much TV, you may eat too much, you may get a little bit lazy, you'll procrastinate, say, okay, let me do it tomorrow. All of these things will affect the goal. Okay. 2 is technical skills. This could be a challenge. You can say, oh, I'm not a technical person. I cannot set up my systems. I cannot do all of this put together. One thing is, if you ask me, just follow my system. If you're in my community, just implement all the tech systems. And once you get the hang of the systems, outsource it to others to actually do it for you once you're able to create that cash flow. Okay. The third challenge you may face is the team challenges. Okay. Now, luckily in my business, where I don't need any office or employees, I do not have any full-time, employees. I have like 2-3 full-time freelancers working for me, and they handle a few aspects of my work. And I have multiple other freelancers working for me. So I do have teams, but the thing is, you could face team challenges, like people coming and going, maybe a few team members are not available, whatever. So you have to just plan the contingencies when it comes to managing of teams so that the operation runs smoothly. Number 4 is the, ad platforms could be a big challenge, because most of the business planning and projections we do based on the numbers like Facebook ad costs and Google ad costs. And suddenly Facebook changes their algorithms and something happens. You know what? In fact, I did a video on YouTube recently. You can go and check it on, Facebook ad costs rising. Just search for Siddharth Rajshekar, Facebook ad costs rising. You'll find another video where I've actually spoken about how to deal with the situation of ad costs rising. So this is a variable which you do not have control over of. Okay, so sometimes the ad platforms keep going up and down, and the best thing that you can do as a marketer is to keep fighting this game and working on your numbers and to make it much better. Number 5 is your selling skills. This is another challenge. Some people, they are good at creating products, they're good at setting up systems, but they don't actually go and master the skills of selling. Very important skill to have. And for this, you need to practice. Like, I've been doing 2 webinars per week for the last, for over 2 years now. So you can calculate easily. I've done over 300 to 400 webinars just selling it. Even before that, I've done webinars. So if I have to total it up, more than 600 to 700 webinars I've done till today. And I've practiced the game of selling through webinars. And that's what has helped me grow my business. Okay. So that's another challenge you may face, not being consistent at selling. Now, you can also experience market volatility. Okay, so sometimes you may plan some things in a particular way. Maybe a few industries are going down. You need to quickly shift to industries. Like, I know many of my close friends who they had to redefine their entire business model itself because of the pandemic situation. Like, they had done all their projections based on the current situation of that world back then. Now the world has changed. Now we are in a particular world. You'll never know in the next 2-3 months what happens. Everything is moving so fast and everything is changing so fast. So you need to be quick to adapt and change based on market conditions, world conditions, and so on. Okay, so just be aware of that as you're planning things. Number 7 is even your health situation. Okay, if you're really not taking care of yourself, and today now with COVID, all those things moving around, yes, you may do a business plan projection to achieve some goals, but maybe if you have a health issue or something that comes up, that gets delayed, and you need to be prepared for that. So the best thing is to stay healthy, to stay safe and to ensure that you are eating healthy and you're having a good fitness on a day-to-day basis. Okay, so keep your health at the best possible level. And family situation, like you'll never know, there are many dynamics, and again, there are some things in family which you cannot control over. Maybe family members falling sick, or family members going through some tough situations where you need to help them, whatever may be the case. But just understand in the background, these are the different factors that could delay your progress, but that's okay. That's okay and fine. Just keep it at the back of your mind, and then we go and plan the business. Okay, so now shall we go to the business plan? I'm going to give you like a simple 6-step business planning template. And I'm also going to give you a link to the resources towards the end. So stay till the end if you're watching this. And if you're ready for this, just type eager to learn in the comment box. I want each and every one of you, even if you're watching a recording, type eager to learn in the comment box, where I want to actually share with you 6 simple steps to create a solid business plan for a knowledge business. Okay. Step number 1 is you need to first map out your monthly customer acquisition goal. Okay. So if I have to show this to you on a spreadsheet like this, I have a spreadsheet, you can see my screen. So this is the business plan document. So if I zoom it in, right on the top, I have my 3 levels of programs. Okay, this is just dummy numbers. It's not the actual numbers. Okay, so I've actually planned like month 1, I want 10 customers paying me how much? Paying me 5,000 rupees per product. Okay, month 2, I want 20 customers. Month 3, I want 30 customers. Month 4, I want 40 customers. Like this, you can actually plan it out. I've just put some dummy data over here. So you plan it for the whole 12 months. So you would know, okay, so at the end of the first year, you may have 1,500 or 1,600 customers who are going to be paying you 5,000. So you're going to be doing 81 lakh revenue in that. And out of this, let's say you're going to be getting like how much percentage conversion. I'm just going to work out the numbers here. Let's say you do 20% conversion from level 1 to level 2. That's the number over there. And from this, you do another 10% conversion from level 2 to level 3. So another 33 people go for this. So you're mapping out a number, say 1.23 crore rupees in Indian rupee terms for you to make this. Okay, now I'm going to give you the resource bank over here. So you need to have a projections and an actuals. Okay. So I've just made a copy of this, but you just feed in your projection sheet for the year, and then you can maintain the actuals in as the numbers actually do. So you can know what's a variation and what's a deviation that's happening over there. Okay. So the first step is you need to map out your monthly customer acquisition goal based on your level 1, level 2 and level 3 revenues. Okay, customer acquisition goal, and connected to customer acquisition goal is the annual revenue goal, which I already explained to you. So once you know what's your customer acquisition, how many customers you want per month, what is the unit per unit sale per level, and then you total it up and you know your annual revenue goal. Okay, so let's say your annual revenue is 1.2 crores that you want to achieve in the next 12 months, and if that's going to be your focus, write that down in a goal card. Okay, write it on a goal card and say, okay, I earn 1.2 crores in a year in my knowledge business, helping hundreds and thousands of people achieve their goals. So there has to be also a connection to where money is going to be the byproduct of you helping other people, and mention that also in your goal card. And also when you're writing your goals daily, you can actually write that very specific number on a daily basis on your goal book as well. Okay. So the step 3 is, once you are very clear on your total annual revenue goal, step 3 is you got to map out your monthly expenses. Okay. And for monthly expenses, there's always going to be a range. Like you have things that you can do for a much lower cost, depending on the vendor that you choose. And you also have vendors who charge premium and charge high. For example, if you go to Fiverr, you can get a logo done for $5. And for example, my Internet Lifestyle Hub logo, I spent close to 1 lakh to get that logo and the entire branding thing done, because I invested in a high quality international graphic designer. Okay. So you can go at this end of the spectrum or that end of the spectrum. And there's even much more than this. Steve Jobs, he spent $100,000 to get the Next logo done, his company Next. And people thought he was crazy. But, sometimes, if you have a bigger vision, if you can see that, you can even put in more money to actually make it happen. And sometimes, when you put your skin in the game and you start to think big, that's when things happen. And people who think small, they will remain small. That's how things are. And my mentor always shares, he said, don't be cheap on your journey to greatness. Okay. It is important to be frugal as a business owner and to basically check on all your additional expenses and leakages in your business. That's very, very important. But it's also important to think big and make those investments where you have to make those investments. Okay. So let's come back and see. So when you map out your expenses, again, map it out based on tools, different systems and advertising. And in fact, in my projection sheet, which I'm going to give you a copy of towards the end, I've actually covered all the possible tools that you can ever think of. Let's go and see this. So when you scroll down, I've made a list of all the possible expenses that you can ever have, like hosting, domain, and I've just put some dummy numbers here. You can fill this up with what we want. Okay, like hosting, domain, company setup, photo shoot, logo design, website setup. All OTs are one-time setup costs. Okay, then video creation, webcam, microphone, softwares. Then you may need to invest in other courses. You may need to invest in books and seminars to really upgrade your knowledge. That's also a part, because you're investing in yourself. Okay. If you're not investing in your learning, and if you're not really upgrading yourself on a daily basis, you can never grow. So you need to have that monthly budget that you need to plan into the system for buying books, buying courses, buying seminars, anything where you're going to be putting some money in to learn, because there are enough and more free stuff on YouTube and podcasts and stuff. That's good. You can keep learning that on a daily basis. But I've noticed that whenever I put money into some form of learning, for example, I recently bought a course for $2,500. Okay. And when I put money into it, I valued it so much more, and I went deep into learning it, and that actually helped me quadruple my business by learning what is inside that course. Okay, so sometimes don't cut corners on your personal learning. That's what, and you need to budget that into the whole system. Okay, so let's come back to this. And then I've given a whole bunch of tools, especially in a knowledge business. You need an email marketing system, a funnel system, a link tracking system, a webinar system, membership system, chatbot system, automation system. And I've given you some links where you can set up a trial account using my affiliate link in many of these tools. So what I've done is I've also mapped that out, and ad spends I've put a tab here. Now, if you want, you can add like Facebook ads separate, Google ads separate, but I've put this separately over here. So, and then below I've actually projected the profits. Okay, so let's say month one, you're not going to be profitable. You may have more expenses to start with. Then you start to get more profitable month one, month two, month three, month four. So let's say this is just a number, dummy data. Okay, nothing is set in stone over here. So let's say your total revenue is 1.2 crores. Your total expenses is going to be say 46 lakhs. I just put this on the top end of the spectrum. Now you can work this out, and you'll know what is your total profit for the year. Okay, so coming back to this mind map, your third step is you've got to then plan out your monthly expenses in terms of tools, systems, and advertising. And those are the main costs for a knowledge business. Okay. And of course, you'll also have costs even for teams. Like if you want to work with freelancer teams and outsourced work. So I'm going to add that also into it. And you can also put that into your projection sheet. Step number 4, once you've done this, is then you map out your monthly annual profitability goals. So suppose you have done a projection like this, and you have mentioned that, okay, month one, I need to achieve a particular profitability goal. Let's go and see this. Let's say you want to do a profitability goal on month 2 to 1.42 lakhs. Okay, 142,000 rupees, and then 222. So you just map out, just project. It may not be precise, but once you're able to visually see, okay, that this is the potential of my business, then it's going to really get much more interesting. Okay, now even if you don't hit those numbers, that's fine. Even if you're projected a profit, and if it goes negative, then at least you'll be able to know what is the cause of that negativity, whether the volatility was in the Facebook ads, or was it in your selling abilities, or was it in the, I've given those 6-7 challenges, right? You'll know which challenges you need to plug the hole, so that the next month you're able to bring it back into profits. Okay, so that you got to think like that. Okay, let's come into the next part over here. So step number 4 we have covered. Step number 5 is you got to set up your money management system. Now, making money is one part of the game, but managing your money is so much more important than making money. And I learned this the hard way, because for more than 3 years, I was really struggling to manage my money properly, because I was not disciplined with money. Okay, I used to just spend it on things. I never used to track. I did not have a proper accounting system until I learned a formula called TWCGO by my mentor, who shared this with me. And from the day that he shared this with me, even till today, I'm following this 100%. I tell you, because of this, I was able to grow multifold in my income. Okay, so whenever I make any money, I have like a receivables account. Okay, I'm just going to put R on the top. It's a receivables account, or your whatever from where your money is coming in. Okay, and then from here, I'm actually allocating whatever money I make from my main current account towards tax, wealth, charity, general, and operations. So 20 to 30% stash aside in a different bank account for tax, 10% wealth, 10% charity. Okay, after paying taxes, I have a general account for all my household expenses, my rent, my food, groceries, whatever I'm actually, for the monthly household, I keep that in the general account. I have a separate bank account only for that, and an operational account. An operational account is all my business expenses. So my tools, my systems, my advertising, and my teams, they all go out from this operations account. Okay, so my operations account and my receivables account is usually the same. So it's the same current account, but I move the others into the other accounts. Okay, so when you're able to manage your money in this particular way, your business plan will start to work much more better. Otherwise, what will end up happening is when you're not in control of your money, when you don't know exactly what is happening, where it is happening, when you're not very sure about where your money is going, then money will not really work for you. You have to really be more diligent with your money so that you know those leakages. And even now, I do have some leakages in my business in terms of some tool costs, some subscriptions that I took some time back. So on a monthly basis, I normally try to sit down and look at all the bills that are coming in, hitting my cards, and I keep removing many things on a continual basis. You'll never know, because in the internet online space, there are so many things that we buy. We need to be very diligent on where those expenses are going. Okay. So step number 6, once you're done all of this, then you have to plan your tasks to achieve your goal. Okay. And this is what I actually share inside my community. If you're a part of my community, I would love you to come in. I do an event called the Freedom Business Intensive once in 4 months, where I make people plan their tasks and their goals over a span of 2 days for the quarter, for the month, for the week, and even to the day on what they have to do for the next 3 months on a day-to-day basis. I'll make them do it within a span of 2 days. Okay. In fact, I would make them do it in the first day itself. So this is how we break it down, and all of this is a part of the process. Okay, step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5, step 6. And you know what's the bonus step? You want to know what's the bonus step? All of you type in the comment box. You type in the comment box, show me the bonus step. The bonus step is a super bonus step. It is get to work. Okay, get your butt to work. There's no shortcuts to this game. You got to make this happen. Okay, I've given you all the steps right now, and in spite of you seeing this, and if you don't take action, I do not know what to tell you. Okay, if you're watching this video till this point, and if you see the value in what I'm actually providing over here, you better get this to work for you. Okay, so which brings me to the other point is I have some key points to mention, and I'm going to give you some resources. Like if you want that spreadsheet and stuff, I'm going to give you a link where you can make a copy of it and you can use it. So here are some of the key points that I shared even in my previous video. Is when it comes to building a business, it's important that you treat it like a business. If you treat this like a business, it'll treat you back like a business. If you treat it like a hobby, it'll treat you back like a hobby. Okay, so when you're doing a business planning, get serious right from day one and treat it like a business. Okay. 2 is, don't be cheap on your journey to greatness. If you have to really make those investments in tools, investments in your personal learning, investment in your own growth, don't be cheap. Because sometimes when you put in that seed money to work on yourself, you'll start to reap the rewards afterwards. Like for a long time, I've been spending a lot on courses and trainings without seeing results in my bank account. And I'll tell you, all those years of spending on myself and investing in myself is actually reaping the rewards right now. Okay, so sometimes you'll need to put in the effort first. You need to put in the money first to really make it happen. So don't be cheap. Number 3 is, the more value that you add to the marketplace, the more money you will make. Okay. Number 4 is, the more you're able to take a community building approach, where you're able to have customers for life, you'll have a much higher customer lifetime value. And I'm going to go deeper into this later. When you come into my community, I will teach you, when you're able to serve people on a long-term basis and not just finish the transaction, when you're able to serve them more and more, for whatever future promotions that you do, you would actually be able to generate so much more revenues than you can ever imagine than just having a transactional business. So the days of the transactional business are getting over, and everything's moving towards a community-based business. So if you want to make your business plan work for you, then you better build communities and customers for life. And number 5 is, keep improving your products and systems. Okay. This is a constant game of improvisation. Improve your products, improve your systems, improve your marketing, improve your advertising, improve yourself. Because if you don't do anything in your business, you're automatically moving down. It's a concept called entropy you would have learned in school, or even it's like an escalator that's going down continuously. So if you're just standing on an escalator that's going down, if you don't do anything, you're automatically going to go down. So you got to constantly keep working on yourself every single day for you to be in the game, and if not, do much better in the game. To be in the game, you got to keep moving, but to really do awesome in the game, you do need to do the planning and implementation. And I would highly recommend that you be a part of my community, where I'll actually help you execute this, and you're not alone on this. You'll have other people, you can find accountability partners and a whole bunch of other things. Okay. So in essence, these are the 5 points for you to keep in mind for you to really make your business plan work for you as you move into the next year. and I have 3 important resources to give you right now. Are you ready for the resources? Yes. Okay, just hit that like symbol on Facebook if you're watching this on Facebook, and give me that like symbol on YouTube, and just type in the comment box, brilliant concepts. Type brilliant concepts in the comment box if you found these concepts brilliant, and I'm going to give you these 3 resources. Okay, the first resource I want to give you is the business plan sheet. Okay, so if you go to sids.co/bizplan, you'll actually, when you click on this link, you'll come to a page which looks like this. Let me come and show it to you here live, and you'll be able to see that you can see the business plan sheet over here. So you can actually go click on file, make a copy. There's an option here to make a copy of this and then use it. Okay, so that's the first thing that I want to give you is make a copy, and then you can work around all the numbers, have your projection sheet and have your actual sheet. Okay, now the second thing is I want to invite you to my free live masterclass that I do every week. Just go to sids.co/freedom and register for this masterclass. Okay, now in that masterclass, it's a 90-minute masterclass. I do it live. You can ask me any questions over there, and I'll show you my entire model that is helping over 9,000 people right now as I'm speaking. Okay, and the third thing is, if you want to bypass this masterclass and you want to directly get into my course and my community, and if you're ready to take action right now, just go to sids.co/course. And you'll come to a page which looks like this. When you come to this page, you'll be able to see all the different courses that I have, and you'll be able to see all the other stuff that's happening within my community here. Okay, let me just come over here, and yes, you can see I've just scrolled this page, and so right now we have over 9,000 plus people in the community. We have people from all walks of life who are actually building their knowledge business. So what I would like you to do is I would like you to come to this page. Let's come and see this page, and you'll see, just watch this video, give your name and email and so on, and there'll be a special discount code on this page. You can apply that discount code, that will keep changing, and you can actually complete the transaction and get in. Okay, so once you apply the discount code, you'll be able to see what's the level of discount that you're going to be getting for a short period of time. You can watch all the interviews of successful people who have got results in my community, and you can learn more about what is there in this bundle, which I have, the Freedom 2.0 bundle. So if you want to bypass that masterclass and directly get started on the community, you need to go to this link, which is sids.co/course, and get started and get in. Okay, so those are the resources I want to give you. Thank you so much for tuning in till this to the end of this particular video. I hope you found this useful. Trust me, I don't think there's any other video that I've seen based on the research that I've done on YouTube, on multiple places, that goes to this level of depth to create a solid business plan for a knowledge business. Now, though I have mapped out all the projections in terms of Indian rupees, you can always change the currency and just rework the numbers, because that's a framework that works beautifully well for anyone who's in a knowledge business. Whether you're a coach, trainer, consultant, expert, and you want to sell your expertise, this is the ultimate budgeting template that there is. Okay, all the best, and I look forward to seeing more of your interaction in my comments below, and I'll be personally responding to it. And I look forward to sharing more videos like this even in the future. Bye-bye.